So here we go. It is going to be RUSHIT against Ducks. And as we can see, RUSHIT are Coop, Squiz, Cherry, Raz, West, and Outlaw coming up against Blade, FlopG's, Stray, Fireball, Cresty, and Stonage. I'm going to hand it over to you, Telly, for this first push. It's going to be Ducks on the attack. They're going towards that CP. What do you see?
Actually, I don't see that much. I forgot to log into Shoutcaster.
Oh, that's not
good. I do see that RUSHIT give their spawn time away immediately. We see one of the allied players, Cresty, try to make it into the corner. Blade gets a gib onto Raz, I believe, so that's a good start.
Well, they are making... I did put the Shoutcaster password in comms, so just put that in and I'll take it off. I'll take it off. As we do see a push coming up back for Ducks players, and it's going to be Fireball to lead the charge for his team. Blade gets that double frag, triple frag for Blade. Stray's going to move in onto the tank, and this is a really nice push for the Ducks team. And unfortunately, Telly didn't see any of it, as we do see the Ducks team pick up that tank and get away. The Ducks team are going to push down. Can you see now? Are you able to vision?
No. You actually have to send me the correct password, because that's not the password.
Oh, it's definitely the right password.
I'll let you alt tap and it is like that. Okay.
Oh
Fine.
no, it's a 0. It's a 0 instead of a no. My bad.
All right.
It's
okay,
SH.
We do see Ducks with that fast attack though, and this is why I said 4-0 to Ducks in the first two maps. Like, I'm expecting them to continue that teamwork. We see Floppy even getting all the way in that backstage, double pancified by Cresty as well. Another by Blade, and this is just crushing RUSHIT so far. They really have to pick it together.
So I have put the correct one in, I believe. That's the standard password, so try and remember that one. I think that's legit. Everyone knows that. If you click on a server on Games TV, it's all good. But they have managed to get the tank past the barrier. RUSHIT starting to pick up some frags though. Outlaw, Squiz double frag as well though comes into the mix. Team kill comes out on towards Outlaw, but I think he's going to respawn back in time. And they need to really set up their defense here, RUSHIT. I have said about these big teams, they do seem
again at that respawn gets 2 gibs onto the medics. Will get spotted by West though, but those are 2 medics on full.
So it's just West the medic alive. Actually, Squiz is trying to push down. He is going to take on Flop. He is going to get taken down. Surely the stab comes in. Oh, Squiz is saying no, not this time, none of it. But the tank is going to get built up for the Ducks team, and no one for the RUSHIT team in position. Unfortunately, they are going to try and push up this stairwell. Stonage is going to get a kill in. Stray's going to get crushed. We've seen so many of these crushes in recent times on Gold Rush, as the tank may be getting damaged once again. So a reasonable slowdown from RUSHIT. They are getting some damage in on the tank. But it's a really nice start here from the Ducks team here on Gold Rush. And we're going to see what the RUSHIT team can now do on defense once they've damaged this tank.
At least it seems that RUSHIT is stabilizing a little bit. They haven't set up that CP stage. We see Cherry finally going in there. Maybe they will get some landmines as well, as Outlaw checking balcony, checking back way. He actually is going field ops, but the RUSHIT side are set up and they're slowing down this side push as well, where Stray's on the floor. 3 people are now pushing in. But yeah, let's see if Ducks can actually regain control of this tank here.
Well, I did see Raz doing his normal, very annoying gameplay. He finds himself in positions where, like, he just frustrates them for one whole spawn, and he took down Stray, damaged another engineer, was lurking around main, and they were very set up here at CP. But it does look like Ducks are going to be able to put a push on towards the CP. 3 or 4 guys for the Axis team, sorry, in position. They did come in. FlopG's got very unlucky with that. He could have taken maybe 2 or 3 down. But they are going to have to defend this tank. I can't see a single engineer in position. Strike has come out, but I think that's going to get aborted. And maybe it's going to be Stray and Flop to get that tank built up and moved into position finally. But this is still very, very fast paced. 4 minutes for this sort of... and then another damage onto the tank. This is really nice work from the Axis.
Yeah, like the first push by Ducks was, of course, it was really nice. They got the tank right away. But what's important for RUSHIT is when Squiz picks up another triple, is that they're slowing this down, and the tank goes down one more time before it breaks open that bank. And to be honest, 4 minutes 30 to get to the bank stage, it's respectable for both sides. It's not too bad for the Axis side either, if they can set up a good last stage defense.
I'd say you need what, at least a 5-minute defense on that last stage. Squiz is just going absolutely ham. He's getting so many frags. I mean, we saw him in the grand final of the LAN tournament, and he was absolutely beasting in that. And I haven't really spec'd him, so I'm going to pick him up, and this is going to be the curse. So let's see if we can get some frags in still. He has picked up a bundle of, you said, a couple of 3-mans. We just saw him get a 2-man as well, so Let's have a little look and see. As they have managed to push forward and set up here again at the CP sort of upper stage, and this is really nice from RUSHIT. They are going to start dropping though, and the Ducks are trying to move in on towards that tank, but they managed to add a couple of minutes where most teams normally would not be able to do that. So not too bad, not too bad.
And they set up the defense. We do see Stray getting near that tank. The tank doesn't need to get repaired anymore. The thing they have to worry about now is getting the covert ops to watch the CP. Covert ops just spawned in at the allies' first spawn, so it will take a little while. Mines are also set up the long already, so RUSHIT is looking forward to setting up a good bank stage. It looks like they will give up on that CP.
Axis artillery went down at first arch, so I think Cherry might have been quite alone. Coop actually just rushes out of first arch, and I think he ran straight into that artillery and is going to be out for full. And the RUSHIT team, with 9 minutes left on the clock, they have sort of recovered. They lost the tank within the first minute and a half. But they managed to damage it, what, 4 or 5 times on its way towards the bridge. And just slowed down the allies enough to just add a reasonable amount of time to the clock, as we do see right now there's 8 minutes 40 on remaining for the allies to get a decent time. They are starting to pick up some frags, moving in towards the bank. It is going to be Cresty maybe to get his hands on that gold crate. One player, oh no, it's actually just Cresty just lounging behind the gold. But one player is still alive. It is going to be West with that gib on the grenade, but I think he had Outlaw maybe for help on that back arch. It's actually going to be Squiz, taken a little bit by surprise by Fireball, gets taken down. As Outlaw tries to put that airstrike down. This is just going to slow the allied team down on pushing out of the bank. And that's good work from the Axis. And they're going to be able to reclaim the gold and set up once more. But Cresty still is in position to maybe get his hands on the gold crate once again for the allied team.
Yeah, nice recovery by RUSHIT. Ducks definitely did get 3 men into that bank stage, but RUSHIT reset it and they get to set up again. And now they have 2 guys at the third, 1 in front of bank. Ducks are forced to tap. Opje is all alone in the spawn still. Second takes down 1 player and will actually get behind the bank, which is annoying for the Axis side.
We are going to watch West loop round the back. He is going to take him down, sort of saves any teammates from those nades. He is only on a Luger though, sort of gave up his MP40 respawn to get that frag in, but we are seeing Outlaw pick up a nice double frag in the gold room. He is going to try and get on those gibs with the grenade. Fireball's going to push in. He isn't going to be able to get those revives. Sorry, the gibs do come in. Maybe Cresty got picked up. I'm not sure of that.
Yeah.
As it does look like he did. So nice play from Fireball. Push comes out of first arch and with an airstrike on the bridge area. I'm not sure how far Fireball's going to be able to get because the Axis are closing in. Well, here he goes. Artillery is at first. Is he gonna? He's taking so many shots though, and it does look like the Axis are gonna reclaim. And a bit of a, I don't know. It looks a bit like they've lost it a little bit. The Ducks. It's taken them a long time to get here, and
it's also that individual class of RUSHIT.
For sure.
When they took the gold crate, I saw Cherry and Raz both going onto the bridge, so to get in position for that gold. The gold at the same time now is getting to the box, gets killed by Druin, by Raz. Sorry again, and RUSHIT clean it out once more.
I think they really need to just focus on what their main strength as a team, the Ducks team, is working together. That 6-man push, the team play.
Yeah, we see the covert ops. Cherry on the covert ops will make his way towards the back of that bridge.
Well, let's see if anyone's in position for the allies. And we do also see Raz underneath CP area, just being annoying. And Cherry's going to close in for that CP destruction as the 4-man Ducks team push towards third. And this is probably their best attack so far, but they're not going to be with a CP. They're not going to have a CP on the next respawn.
Actually, they still have the CP. Blade intercepted Cherry, intercepted him. Cherry decided to shoot at Blade. Blade turns around, gets a kill. Still 4 Ducks players though in this bank stage.
And this is looking good. This is looking good right now for Ducks. And this is what they have yet to have, is that big push with the objective. They've managed to get there, but they've always been down to maybe 1 or 2. And the kills are coming in on the respawn. You're going to see Stray just push straight across the middle. No one in position to slow him down. Is there a sneaky? Is there a Raz just lurking around? It doesn't look like it. The gold is going to be in the back of the truck. and there is no barrier built up for the Axis. So we're going to see probably around about 11-minute time set unless the Axis do anything to slow this down. Panzer towards that second arch isn't going to be able to take anybody down. Strike out from first as well is going to try and slow them down. And this could be a big strike if the... Well, I don't know how he got a team kill. I saw like 4 or 5 allies around that. And he didn't manage to get one single one. A bit unfortunate there. But the truck has made it past the first arch, and this is almost game over now for the Axis team.
But after the first push, surely a respectable time coming in from RUSHIT.
Yes, very much so.
They cleaned out the city state so many times. The last stage was also quite okay. We do see Ducks take control, squiz double RT though. May hold on for just that 3 seconds longer, but 2 Ducks players are there to pick up the truck. But like I said, RUSHIT recovered well, and a time of 11 minutes at least is a very decent time on Gold Rush.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, that is what Gold Rush and Supply are all about. The stages, you can get that opportunity to recover. You can have a lot of bad stages on Gold Rush and still get a full hold if your backstage is like solid, really solid, or their attacks are really bad. It can be really hard to break down. 11-11 is going to be the time.
Quad ones, quad aces.
Quad aces.
That's a good hand to have in poker.
Okay, looking at the scores, we're going to see West out on front with his score. So he's going to be picking up tons of revives for his team, and that's going to go sort of, I don't know, underrated considering he hasn't got the mega kills. He doesn't need to get kills in this sort of team. Outlaw, Coop, Cherry, Squiz and Raz, you don't need to get frags in that team. You need to be able to keep these guys up, and he's done that. 125 score. I've got no idea how many revives he managed to get. Or he would have been helping out with damaging the tank and so on and so forth. We see Stray on the other teams, quite a similar sort of position. He doesn't need to get those frags, but he is going to be building stuff. He's going to be making things happen for his team in terms of objectives. So looking at the big...
Went's got 11 revives, by the way.
There we go. So I mean that is very important. You know, we look at the attacking team. 25 frags coming out from Blade. He played really well at the last LAN event as well. And again, Squiz 23 frags, 3.2k damage coming out from Squiz. But for the highest for his team, 3.7, and Blade 4.1. So I mean, this is still 50-50. They can easily go either way. This first stage is going to be very important for Ducks. I had said before with Ducks and pretty much all the big teams, the first real big push, they seem to be slightly easy to take down, or easier. Once they get set up, it's very hard to break down the defense. So.
Yeah, but that counts for a lot of teams. That also counts for RUSHIT. That counts for Trick Jump.
That's what I mean. I think all the big teams. I think all the big teams. It's an issue on that first rush. It just seems to be. Maybe a little lack of confidence, maybe the spawn time, not knowing the spawn time and not knowing how the other team are going to push is going to be a big deal. But you can see very aggressive defense actually coming out from Ducks. They're just going to push out from every way, side, main, back. I think that's actually not a bad idea. Going very aggressive can sort of take the allies by surprise, put them on the back foot.
A lot of teams nowadays start with the Culvert Engineer and try to get that CP blown up and construct their own CP as allies. You see Squiz trying to get Cresty. Cherry is also still around this CP. It's just something that the allies side prefer. But if you just let someone like Cresty, who would just get naded by Squiz, so my point is broken. But if you can defend it for CP for a little bit longer and annoy that engineer and the covert ops, it can be such a big deal. It can really slow down the attack of the allied side.
Well, we did see allies make quite a reasonable push in towards side. I think Coop gibbed out 2 on about 10-15 second spawns, but it was Blade in position to slow them down. He nearly got a full spawn himself, but he managed to tap out, or like force tap out just in time.
Squiz is on it and he gets it.
They didn't see him. I didn't hear it getting built at all. I think Blade
activated the last 30 seconds, and they decided with Coop and Squiz to jump through the main. Coop got taken out by a grenade and landmines, and Squiz survived, of course, with 10 HP. Flew all the way to the back of the tank and managed to repair it.
So a little bit of fortune going RUSHIT's way maybe, but they sort of get the tank, I'd say almost identical timing as the Ducks team did. Maybe just slightly slower if anything. But I think the Ducks are going to have to perform really well here to repeat what RUSHIT did, which was damage the tank 4 or 5 times. If they manage to build up that barrier, there's a chance. You never know. It does look like quite a lot of the Germans, the Axis team, are out for a little bit of time. You're going to see artillery come down at the top of the road. So Stray is going to be able to get a bit of charge into this barrier. No Flopgy's in position to finish that off. Here he comes, and there's going to be a barrier build for the Ducks team, and that's going to make a big difference. It is going to slow down the Allied team for like a confirmed 30 seconds, but obviously it's once the tank gets in position that's a guaranteed 30. But it's a good start here for the second stage for the German team. They've got one up on their RUSHIT opponents.
Actually, it looks very, very similar to to what Russia did on Allies. And Ducks will have to put in some minutes on this stage as well, like Russia did, because yeah, they have to hold at least 3 minutes here, or 2 minutes here. Do you see the plant coming down?
Yeah, we saw that coming down. I thought he might have got hit by one of those nades that they were throwing over to damage the tank, which they managed to do. But the plant did go down from Cherry, perfectly timed on the spawn time of the Axis team. And now they're just going to wait and defend. And it does look like they've got the CP up as well. Raz managed to destroy that, and Cherry's moving in. He is going to have a problem with his own charge. It's going to be a big problem with the tank as well. So they need to get another engineer in position. Coop's got to maybe save his charge to build that. Oh, the defuse came in.
God.
I did miss that.
Last second defuse.
That was sneaky.
2 seconds to go, he got the defuse in.
And that is big. That is really big, because there's going to be the charge of Coop wasted. No one's going to be able to build up that tank. And of course, they could easily just move in for another defuse, because they are picking up all the frags as well. Blade's in position to get that strike off at the top of the hill. If only there was an engineer here, it is going to be Flop to maybe get that in. The nade comes down. It is going to take down Flop. Brilliant nade from Raz. And that's going to be it. Flop flew halfway across the map there. I thought that strike was perfectly timed by Blade to just give his teammate the cover. The dynamite will blow it, probably take down a teammate as well. West doesn't look well positioned, but they might be able to just double build this barrier once again. Panzer from Outlaw, amazing Panzer from Outlaw, really saves it for the RUSHIT team. And he's going to be able to just, that's it, rolled over as well, because I think the Axis team have, what, 4 or 5 out for 5 or 6 seconds. The tank's going to keep rolling on towards the bridge. And that is really nice from Outlaw.
Game-saving Panzer Faust. At least for this stage, it built so much momentum for the Russian team. 3 Axis players, 3 Axis engineer on that construct, and he gets them all with a fucking 3-man Panzer Faust.
That was amazing. That was amazing. And it's gonna make the RUSHIT team feel really like pumped up. That's gonna pump your team up instantly. You know, confidence is going to be really high, and they're going to try and get this tank built up. The respawn of the Axis coming in now, but they are going to lose that tank as the artillery goes down on the upper bridge area. Pushes of the tank. The tank's going to roll on through, but again it gets damaged. So the Ducks are doing a good job just to slow this down even more. So credit to Ducks. They are sort of repeating exactly what was done to them with all the damage onto the tank. But that was such a nice Panzer from Outlaw, and we'll come back to that at the end of the game, no doubt. But the tank has been...
what a back and forth game it is so
far.
It
is. It's going to be close.
Teams are showing up quite big, or maybe not showing up quite big. We don't know, but it's an even game nonetheless.
Yeah, the tank has been damaged once again before it even got into position. So with about 5 minutes on the last stage, obviously you need a little bit of time taken off for the actual escort of the truck as well, and Stray's just gonna get that dynamite down at CP. That's just gonna force one of the engineers to at least fall back and have to build that up. Nice grenade comes down. He does manage to take down Squiz, and Coop nearly takes him down. That nice placed rifle grenade isn't going to be able to finish off, but he does get a grenade up, and the tank is in position, giving themselves just under 5 minutes to get this last stage. 3-man push of RUSHIT's going to come underneath the bridge as well, so let's see how well the Ducks can set up at third. And from what I've seen of their Gold Rush last offense, it is actually pretty solid, so it's going to be very difficult for RUSHIT to really break this down.
And time is ticking, of course, for the RUSHIT side, because you shouldn't forget, even if you get the gold, it's still about 45 seconds or 45 to 50 seconds for that truck to get all the way to the end. So basically they're on a 240 timer here.
So we do actually see the bank defense just slowly start dropping, and Kresty's just done that panic artillery in front of the bank. He's gonna push out and just get some damage in before self-killing. And I think there's only 1 player alive at bank. I'm gonna try and pick him up. I did see maybe Raz on the Panzer at first arch, so maybe he's gonna get in some damage. Fireball's gonna be able to get in that kill at third, but The push is still going to come in towards the bank. 2 or 3 players for Ducks in position. Nice revives between the Ducks players. They are getting the kills in as well. They need to just keep reviving the RUSHIT players. No Gibbs coming in. Finally going to be able to get that Gib down, and it's just an absolute bloodbath there at third arch. So nice from the Ducks. 3 minutes 42 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time still for the Allied team, but time is running out. We are going to watch FlopG's here at first arch. Let's see what you can do on this next push, Telly.
Raz on that Panzer Fast shoots it into the bank, misses completely. At the same time, we see Outlaw and Squid trying again. We saw that duo try before. They get cleaned out easily this time. No revives coming in, and it seems like the Ducks actually have time to set up.
Well, they've got like a 4/5-man setup here at third and bank. We see Blade pushing across from second quite a lot. Nice grenade comes out from Cresty. That's another triple kill coming in. So. This is big explosives in this game.
And that's what ET is all about. It's about the spam as well. You can be a good aimer, but if you get the big triple Panzer Fast, if you get the big triple grenades, even as an aimer like Cresty, it can mean a lot for your team.
Especially, the sort of explosion we heard there was a lot of Gibbs in there, at least 2, and that's even nicer. You get those 2 Gibbs with a grenade. No revive train is going to come in, and it's going to shut down pretty much a lot of that attack. We have managed to see Cherry push into the back of third here. He is going to come up against Cresty as well. Takes him down. Nice gibbing as well comes in from Cherry. He may be able to pick up this gold, but he has got no support at the moment.
Here we saw a little bit of that RUSHIT mixed team though, because I saw 2 players tapping. West and Outlaw both stayed, then got swarmed by German players, and the backup was too late. In the meantime, we see Outlaw and Squiz get really far in the back of that bank, and maybe they will get the end of the gold as well.
I'm going to be watching Raz here. He's going to push straight across the middle, and this is pretty much their last opportunity. The gold has been dropped in the courtyard. No Axis players in position to secure it. Outlaw's going to be able to pick it up. He is taking shots in the back. He is going to get boosted all the way to the truck. He is going to be able to get that gold in the back of the truck here, as no barrier built up. The truck can just roll on, and it will be able to make it home in time. Then this will be a map win for the Allied team if they just keep it moving. No stopping. Panzer comes out from Cherry. Big push from the Axis into the courtyard. They're going to try and slow it down, but all the frags coming out for RUSHIT. The truck has not stopped just yet. It has stopped for just a second. Will that be enough? I don't think so. There's so much time left on the clock. Artillery at the top of the ramp is going to be able to maybe get in some frags. It's too slow. It's too late. And it is going to be a RUSHIT map win. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I didn't see that coming. I thought Ducks looked so solid.
I thought, especially after that Ducks attack on allies, that it was going to be a Ducks game. At least till RUSHIT started to get some teamwork together. But yeah, what a defense they put up as well in the last 2 stages of this map, and it was just enough. They will have like 45 seconds left.
I think this just highlights how important that Panzer was from Outlaw. If they would have built up that barrier, guaranteed it would have been another 30 seconds because they would have had to plant. Obviously, it doesn't always work out that way, the way the game unfolds, but on paper that could have been the difference, and that was a really big Panzer. You went mental. You went insane. Swearing on my stream, really Telly.
And it was really important. They stopped that barrier construct. They got the tank as well, and they got 3 players on full. And as you can see, it can turn into a map win with only 40 seconds left. And especially that just justifies how important that Panzer was from Outlaw.
Yeah. So a look at the scores. I'm going to have to redo this.
I'll be right back. 2 minutes.
No problem at all. So we're going to check out the scores. We do see Blade picking up 45 frags. He's gone absolutely mental in this game. Absolutely mental. 7.9k damage. Going across to the Allied team, 42 frags coming out from Squiz. But 7k damage from Cherry. And Cherry, I did say this during the LAN event, he is one of these players that it doesn't really look like he's doing much in a game, because he doesn't really go for those huge monster frags consistently. He's very patient. He's not greedy from what I can see from the way he plays. He'll pick up 2 frags. If he sees a third, he'll maybe try and get him, but he won't go for the frag movie all the time. And over the course of a game, he'll pick up such consistent damage. Of course, his mines and his nades are really... I think he's improved a lot with his spam work. Something was a bit weaker. Obviously, he's an aim-based SMG engineer. But we see him pick up high damage most of the time in all of the RUSHIT games. So Now it's gonna be Radar. And this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Radar as the second map. It is a 2-0 lead for RUSHIT. And I think if we would have come to this map with a 2-0 lead for Ducks, it would have been very difficult for RUSHIT in that situation, because Ducks are so very strong at this map, and when they're playing with confidence, now they're a map down, you're going to see a little bit of a different game style come out of them. I think certain players will play the same. You'll probably see players like Blade still like sort of rock, basically. He's been rocking the entire game. But other players will play maybe slightly differently, and they can't. They have to be very aggressive. They have to take control. It's going to be very important to pretty much the outcome of this game, as we are waiting for the ready ups to come in. It did indeed. So we're going to see Radar now. And I think this is another one. It's going to be 50-50. Of course, Ducks need to pick up a time, let alone a map win. They have to set a time. If they get full held, it's game over. So I'm going to let you go off the start of this one, Telly.
We see the standard push coming from the Ducks again, and I think RUSHIT know it, seeing that they put in that deep airstrike on the main. They only get one gib, and still we see this. Oh, actually, they decide to switch to the side. That's cheeky, because I always see the Ducks going main. Maybe it's because Cressy picked up that covered ups right there, and double rifle grenade, triple from Coop, almost gets a fort on Fireball as well, and it's just Cressy. And what are you gonna do alone with the close?
He is actually gonna take a lot of damage in the back as well. That was really nice from Coop. That was really nice from Coop. He is actually gonna hold on to that suit, and has got an engineer here. Yeah. Why did Stray drop the diner? Why did he drop the diner? They could have had CP.
I have no idea. That seems like a bit of a mistake, although it seems Cressy has a little bit of issues with this trick jump as well. Third try, he gets it. Yeah. Will get in, but Stray doesn't have charge anymore, and doesn't seem that Stray is even gonna try for this trick jump. Maybe they were unsure of the RUSHIT respawn time, as they do attempt to capture that flag, it gets recaptured. But like I said, maybe they were unsure of the respawn time and didn't want to risk going for it.
Nice push in from Fireball there. Actually does manage to get into that upper door, taking down Raz on long spawn. Raz is out for full. However, Coop gets that instant refrag in, taking him down. So, what was the time in Gold Rush? I can't honestly remember. It was
11-11 on attack, and then on defense, or RUSHIT beat it by 45 seconds. So I suppose 10-20ish or something like that.
Something like that sounds good. But it did look convincing in the end. It wasn't wholly close, but it did look like Ducks were gonna get it. Like, it did look like Ducks, if they would have held it off for that last push. Unfortunately, they didn't for them. As RUSHIT are gonna take a map lead, and the push coming in towards CP now hasn't got much to deal with. I don't see any rifle grenades coming out from Coop just yet. I think he must be low on charge. He does load one up, so he has got that rifle grenade off, but he is gonna get taken down. 4-man setup here at CP. Not really been tested so far. Frags are going to come. Panzer comes in from Blade. Is going to be able to pick up 2 frags. Nice gib comes out though from Western. It's going to be the Western Raz to defend this. It's going to be very difficult.
On full, though. It did pick up two access players on full, and we finally see Cressy as well coming into that into that side state. It does look like Raz being a little aggressive with West there. They will just try to hold on for this as long as possible.
So I'm picking up West on this MG. He has slowed him down enough for Squiz to get into position and get that nade frag off. I think he gave up his full spawn for that. I'm not 100% certain, but it is a very weakened defense here at CP, let's say that. They didn't have main plant down, so kind of not too bad. I know Squiz doesn't normally play here at CP. Team kill comes out. Interesting stuff from Flop. His teammate did move in. Nice play from Squiz. Gets two gibs on both the engineers. And he's going to get team killed. So it's just all over the place for both teams at the moment with the CP. But it is going to be RUSHIT coming out on top most of the time. Until Merlin says this and they lose CP, it's going to be the allies to just push in and build the CP. Pretty much as simple as that. Stray is in position, get in the building. Outlaw's going to get dropped down, and the forward spawn is going to be in allied hands. Nice rifle from Coop. Nearly gets deep enough in towards that CP to take down Stray there.
God. Stonage, another double kill. He clicks out 2 at the CP. Out of all people from the Ducks to actually pick up SMG kills, it's gonna be Stonage with the double kill. And then he followed up outside with another double Thompson frags, getting 2 headshots on the second player, which I believe was I believe it was Raz, I'm not sure.
Here comes a trenches push, 4-man allied invasion towards west. Not real big setup from the Axis team. Coop is going to get dropped down. Raz is the last man alive. He is going to be able to take down 2. Whips out that Lugers, just starts firing off shots towards the allied team. Is going to be able to slow them down just enough. Cresty's going to be able to get his hand on the objective. The mine's in position though. The goldfish mine, no one ever remembers that. As the parts have been dropped on top of the radar. And the Axis have got the freedom to just move in and return those and get that mine back up in position as well. So a bit of a let off for the Axis. Like Raz doing a really good job there, just slowing them down. I think if he didn't slow them down, the damage onto Cresty actually was enough for that mine to actually kill him. And I think they maybe would have had an opportunity to get away towards main.
And RUSHIT slows down this main push as well. Only 3 allied players remain. They're kind of trapped there. They will try and go for the jump, get Cresty in a position, but he gets naded away. And we do see 2 players coming up to fake though. It's still trying to push with 3 players on the main, but RUSHIT is ready for it.
So I see a bit of a fake push. A couple of people in position, and they have got a field ups here. We have seen teams like Visual do this quite a lot, where they get like a field up into. Oh, nice push from Flop towards the parts, taking him by surprise. Did manage to take down Coop. I don't think that anybody saw him. He just like Batman out of nowhere from the skies. Lands onto this this hut. I think he must have drifted down from the slide there. But no real pushes yet from the Ducks team, other than that initial trench run. The Ducks team are just getting held back pretty consistently. Aggressive play by Outlaw on East is not going to help.
Jump coming in on East now. Flopje does get shot back there by Outlaw. West gets picked up.
West did get picked up again. The goldfish mine. No one ever remembers this mine. I don't know what it is. Like, you can easily pick up the parts without getting that mine, like touching that mine ever. But everyone forgets. Like, they try and be too quick. They try and get it and strafe away. They're just sort of hoping it's not there anymore. Because if it isn't there, you're away quick. East is actually going to get away, but we are of course dealing with Squiz and Raz here. So there's probably at least one of them in position. I have actually picked up Squiz. He has actually already pushed through flags. So I'm gonna. This is what I mean about Squiz. He always does this every time. And he's going to actually secure the objective as well. Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And everyone knows it, and that's exactly why Flopje is walking with Stray. But I think Stray had his medpacks out, if I saw it correctly.
Yeah,
and
he did.
Yeah, that's you cannot do that. You have to be more careful around, especially that tree and the rock that is at the side entrance at the right side. You just have to check those 2 places.
I would also say just don't strafe, just run, because if you're strafing, you can't really shoot in midair. You're an easy target. They know exactly where you're going to be. Just make sure you clear it all out. There's always going to be one of those 2 players. They're very annoying at it. Annoying with doing that sort of thing. They have picked up East once more. I'm not sure. Again, I think it was Squiz to push through. He is going to dive on his own grenade. I think he was just going for that slowdown. Trying to take out the objective just to slow it down by 5 or so seconds. But it is going to be cleared out. Blade to clear the way for his team with Fireball. And the objective is in the back of the truck. Now they have to push on to West. And there is only 4:20 on the clock. So they've got to blaze it.
We lost track of time. It looked like Ducks were doing stuff all the time, but time is ticking and they're already 8 minutes into attack. 3 players coming in trenches though. Actually 2 remain. Fireball stays alone here. After that respawn, we do see one of the Ducks players, Flopje, gets a gip onto Cherry on full. And still 4 players remain on the west part.
I am pretty sad right now. I'll tell you why afterwards. As the push comes across the bridge, it is going to be Stray to get the sneaky position. He did get spotted by Outlaw, I believe. Gets taken down. I must have seen one of his feet poking out the back of that bush. There's definitely an allied in that bush when that happens. But the Ducks team pushing through. They are going to maybe be able to push a couple of the Axis back to the main spawn, or the back spawn. No one really spawning in here from what I can see from the Axis, and that's what they want. They want players to spawn back. Nice grenade comes out from Fireball on the spawn. Raz taken down. And I think it's only 4 players alive at these West pots. As West gets taken down, gibbed out as well. Push going to be coming in for the back of West. Outlaw's position is really, really important here. He has to get these frags in. I'm going to go first person to just be able to pick it up from his point of view. He has got 1 or 2 players to deal with. He is going to get some shots off towards Fireball. Nice shooting. He is taking a lot of fire though. And the respawn has come in. Lots of crossfire towards these west parts. The revives need to come in for the Axis team. But no one's getting any revives in. The kills are coming back. Coop managed to pick up one frag. Two guys in the upper area. So many frags coming in for Ducks. They're pushing in from all sides at the moment. But they are managing to hold on. 3 players for RUSHIT still in position. The back of West push comes in. Fireball with only a pistol. That mine's going to get some damage in as well. The Goldfish mine still in position. Will Stray remember? He doesn't. He doesn't! God's sake. As Flopjeez is going to push towards the objective as well. I think they must have spotted him there. And he is going to kill out. And that is quite disappointing from Ducks. They did seem to have quite a lot of dominance. They were getting so many frags in, but the revive work at West was really important. And they managed to just hold on.
I can't wait till you start writing a book, and the title of the book is actually The Goldfish Mine. Yeah. Because it does seem a recurring theme in this game, at least.
It is. It happens every game. I'm probably gonna stop calling it the Goldfish Mine because maybe that's it. Maybe I've jinxed it. As the push may be coming towards the back of West again. Lots of frags coming in for the Allied team pushing in. But Axis are going to get some frags back as we have 4 players set up, 5 players set up at these west parts. They are going to get caught out though. Blade with the triple kill. Cherry and Coop, the last 2 alive on the parts. The revives could come in 5 seconds before the next respawn. Coop kicks in a nice double frag. Make that 3. Nice shooting from Coop. And there's going to be no revives for the Axis or the Allied team. Grenade comes over the top. I'm not sure what that was about. It was an insta drop from Raz though. Fireball taken down on the parts. And with 1 minute 26 seconds remaining on the clock, it doesn't look good for the Allied team at all, and a full hold here would be the end. Would be the end of the game. Would be grand final going RUSHIT's way, and that would be a big, I'd say, a big surprise. I mean, we both predicted double finals. I sort of expected Ducks to put up a much bigger fight. They have to get a time on the board. Grenade comes over from Coop again, and this west parts just seems impossible to break down for the Allied team.
So this tries again gets cleaned out by Outlaw, and you're right. I was expecting more from the Ducks coming into this match, but then again, I must say RUSHIT has been performing a lot better as a mixed team than I thought they would. Of course, they have Raz, who has already played so many games with this RUSHIT lineup. West and Outlaw also players that can basically fit into any team, I'd say. But to play this well against the Ducks is a real nice feat, and with only 30 seconds on the board, it actually looks like it might be just a 4-0 victory for Ducks. Cressy is in position though, got boosted over the ramp there, gets a kill as well, and he has to go for the parts right now. He has to go.
No mine in position to slow him down, but there are 3 Axis players. Fireball and Flop and Stray pushing across the bridge. 12 seconds remain. It is gonna be, oh, that's it, GG. There is no chance for Ducks to set a time, and we are going to see the RUSHIT team take the grand final of United Cup 4. Will they play it out? Probably not. Probably not. I'll check out the scores anyway, so we can see the big performers. And looking at this, we see Raz going huge, 24 frags. Coop as well, 22. I did spec Coop for a little bit, and he got a really important triple frag when it was like 10 seconds remaining or 5 seconds remaining before the Axis respawn. It looked like they had 4 players on the west parts for the Ducks team. He shut them all down, and well, he had a little bit of help from Cherry, but he got the last hits, and it was some nice shooting. But that is it. That is going to be a win, and like I said already, this is a little bit of a surprise. Maybe they want to finish it off. I'm not sure. No offense to West, he's nowhere near the standard that he ever was, and he's not going to be the sort of standard that the sort of players they could have picked up, for instance. So he's done a good job. I thought he'd do a really good job as a medic, just being that solid medic player.
Yeah, from what I've seen, West have been just picking up the gaps in the RUSHIT team, and just proving that he knows what's going on in the game and that he knows what's important. And yeah, a lot of respect to him for doing that.
So here comes the push from RUSHIT. Cresty gets that double frag on towards the side area. Very aggressive play from Ducks. Cresty's going to be able to pick up another frag before Stray gets that last, but I think revives will come in on that side area. Actually, very slow push from the RUSHIT team. The aggression from the Ducks team is just mega right now. I haven't seen anyone get through from RUSHIT. They're all in the spawn pretty much, and they're just getting held back by all the Ducks players going aggressive on this fence area. The loop around the back as well. Blade picks up that double frag. The push is going to actually come into flag for RUSHIT, as they are going to try and pick up that flag. Strays in position. Axis respawned in their face, and that is going to be the end of that flag push, really, as Outlaw is all alone. He will just try and slow them down just a little bit. Fija coming into the game is going to try and get a frag in. It's not going to happen for him. As the next push is actually going to try and come in towards this flag area again. RUSHIT trying to get some respawn area control, and they have managed to pick up that flag. Cherry at this main gate as well has managed to get that plant down. Completely missed that. He must have pushed around by himself. So nice start by RUSHIT. They get their hands on a couple of the early objectives, kind of standards. Axis isn't the vital part of their defense. CP and their west defense is pretty much their only big vital parts of the defense here on Radar, right?
If we learned from if I learned anything from a race, I'm expecting one day to play against a race and just get the flag for free, get the CP for free, get East for free, and just see 6-man setup at the west defense. But yeah, nice push coming in from RUSHIT. They push with 4 medics into that side entrance, knowing that there's probably not going to be a rifle or that much spam coming in. And yeah, they managed to power their way in just with 4 medics. Take that flag. And however, RUSHIT, Ducks do seem to get a little bit of time to set up at that site, because it didn't go down before, it just got down right now, so they still have 30 seconds.
It took them a little bit of time, but they know this game's done for them. They're going to be just attacking for the glory. Get that side plant down. They got the flag very early. Cherry got that plant down pretty nice. So main's all cleared out for the allied team. Mines will probably go down from Axis, as they are going to revert their attention to this side area. Lots of Axis players in position. Big grouping. There could have been a massive Panzer there. As Flop is in position. Going to see a little bit from Flop's point of view. He is actually going to get taken down just as I was trying to switch around onto his first person. And here we go. Rifle at CP. How do you rate Flop as a rifle at CP?
I think it's just better to rate Floppy as a rifle in total. I think he's a top 3 rifle without any means. He I would say from the LAN it would be probably Flopje and Coop, of course, and then maybe someone else. Outlaw stepped up big. Tony was doing his usual business in some of the games. But Flopje definitely performing in the last couple of months, and with like I see 4 players getting ready to push into the side. No Panzer set up, so this is perfect for a rifle to hold on. They have 4 people at this at the access side set up at CP themselves, so this should be it should be a walk in the park for Flopje here.
We're gonna have that quick unpause coming in. I'm still watching him. He has got enough charge potentially to get 2 shots off as well. The recharge is going to come in for that second shot. Artillery is going to force them in. He is going to be able to pick up 1 frag. And the rifle's going to come forward, make that 2. As the allies who tried to push through that artillery are going to get punished. More players pushing in. I thought he hit a teammate with that rifle grenade. He is going to get taken down. The push from allies pushing in isn't going to be strong enough. There's 4 players still alive for the Axis team. They have been picked up. And Flop again in position to just get the nades and spam off. And regardless if those nades get kills, you know, it sort of groups players.
The RD timing is perfect.
Yeah.
RUSHIT twice is forced to push into that CP stage because the RD was right on time. It made them take a decision: either stay outside, wait 20 seconds, or go right now. We see Outlaw. He's decided to wait. We'll see if he can get like a good Panzer opportunity. Only takes down Cassie, but no gap coming in at all.
Has sort of opened up the push though. Of course, when you get a kill, and even if it doesn't get a gib, it's going to force a medic to get his needle out most of the time, and they have managed to take over that CP. Coop picks up a double frag on that push, and the CP is going to be in the allied hands. Forward spawn is 100% under control. West with a nice grenade on towards the east parts. But he's going to respawn back in. Well, no, he's not. He's actually going to push round. I think he's still in the truck bay area. Slowly pushing behind a Fija. I think Squiz is going to go all the way through for the west parts. This could be interesting. I'm gonna stick on Squiz a little bit.
Did I just see West West kill Ephesia only with gold. I thought Ephesia was full health. Does also take the east part, takes it all the way to the side there to, I don't know, the staircase? I don't even know where there's a staircase right there in the middle of the grass, but there is. The east is still there and it's ready for Russia to pick up. Maybe we'll see Coop going over and picking it up soon.
Well, he has got Cherry at the bottom of the hill. He should really get his hands on it. There we go. As he is going to make it past that strangely located stairway. He's going to make it through east as well. I don't know. I don't know. Hills can be dangerous. This could be Holland, you know, and Dutch people aren't used to hills. There's not many hills in Holland, is there?
No, that's why.
Stairs are just for Dutch people. I'm just winding up someone I know.
All right, we figured out that radar is a map created by a Dutch person. In the meantime, we see Outlaw escorting Cherry. It doesn't seem like they have any opposition, and Cherry will just get that back in the truck. And now 6 minutes to go, and now it really starts to get interesting. Will they crack this west defense that the Ducks are going to set up?
They've got a lot of time. I mean, half the clock is already gone. They have got the key objectives, you know, CP East. Everything's out the way. I sort of, every time I cast radar, I always, you know, once you're on those west parts, that's sort of like the big game. This is where you're really, what you've all been all the other objectives have been setting you up for, and they're giving themselves enough time. Obviously, they set enough time. They gave themselves enough time on their own defense, but 6 minutes, pretty ideal. Squiz is going to move in towards that back spawn. Tries to get the pistol frag on towards Fireball. It's not going to come in. But we are seeing this Ducks defense go quite aggressive towards that fake area. Looks like Flop's going to join his teammate. I think that's Ephesia on the fake. And no real setup on West at the moment. One player did get taken down. But he was the only player in position. And this is quite an aggressive defense, sort of like the opposite of what you see from like a race.
We see Fireball up in the wooden hut at the ladder. We saw Blade push up at the jump spot. We saw Ephesia at the fake. And now it's up to Russia to break this. Fireball, double MP40 though, Floppy as well will stop this push coming in from the back of East. Cherry gets into position at the back spawn. And it's really up to Russia to control this back spawn now to make sure that Ducks cannot set up all over the place. And at the same time, Ducks will choose to spawn back here with 2 players. Fireball taking a lot of damage. Cresty will make his way back into that west. And Russia take control of this backstage.
Well, they had to kill out, so I guess there was not much choice for them. Cherry has made it up into the balcony area. I do see him get up there a lot as a field up. It can be very, very hard to sort of do anything about that. All the frags coming in for RUSHIT though. One more player left alive. It is going to be Ephesia taken down by Outlaw. Artillery by the allies on the parts. And that's going to stop the rest of the allied team really being able to move in. But the Axis have respawned in. Getting a load of frags. Cresty gets a double frag on that respawn at the back area. Takes down Outlaw and West. And it does look like the Ducks' aggressive defense seems to be paying off at the moment. As the time has run down. Fireball's going to surprise Cherry in the upper area as well, and Fireball does seem to like going up there when he has decided to kill out. But this is a very strange but fresh. It's nice to see a slightly different defense style every now and again.
Yeah, and of course the LAN is over, so it opens up for teams to really try something new. We see 3 allies medic here at the back, trying for revives. West, unfortunately, is a fill up, so another range. You can maybe drop an airstrike on them, but it's not something like World of Warcraft or Hearthstone. You can't AoE heal as field ups.
That'll be a bit OP. Just a little bit. Field ups are pretty strong. Having healing in there as well.
Imagine if airstrike healed your teammates instead of team killed them. That would be pretty hilarious.
Everyone would just be diving on airstrikes of their own team. That would be a totally different game then, basically, as we do see a few frags picked up at this back spawn. Axis will be spawning back in, but I think they're going to be forced back to the west parts. I think Cresty actually and Fireball, it does actually look like Cresty and Flop spawning back, have decided to continue to spawn here. Fireball is actually indeed. He is going to be able to get that double frag in as well. No Gibbs, and the revives will come in. Nice shooting from these west parts as well. Fireball picks up.
Takes down another one.
Oh, Fireball's just going huge.
maybe he got like 4 frags in a row right there. And if we look at the Ducks defense, they actually have four players set up at the west side over and over again. They will clean out this main, and they will just let Cresty and Fireball slow down that east push. And we see it once again. Cresty with a grenade, Fireball with the MP40, Cresty with another MP40 kill, and they're even on the roof right now. And RUSHIT are just having troubles getting near this back spawn.
And this could be really frustrating as well. Like the aggressive defense from that back spawn. They're even going to have the opportunity to respawn back in without any real struggle. Push up into the balcony area, push up or push back, and these allies are going to have to just break down. It's like breaking down 2-player defense 2 or 3 times. The way they set up is really nice from Fireball and Cresty, and they're such good aimers as well. It is a really big problem. Cresty's going to be able to push in from the back. He is going to be able to get in 1 frag. Fireball's going to get taken down finally, but Stray pushes across from west, and again, here comes the respawn. As Cresty and Fireball are both going to respawn back in on these.
Running for their lives.
Oh, for sure. They've only got pistols as well, so I mean, this is just about map control at the moment. Double grenade from Cresty is going to clear them both out, and this is all what Radar's about. You have to have control of that back spawn as the allied team. You have to force the access to all spawn on the west parts, or otherwise it's just going to be impossible to break it down. Otherwise they're going to be spawning behind you. Which is not ideal. They're running out of time now. 40 seconds remain. I don't think they're going to really have a good chance.
What a nice tactics from Duck as well, to just set up with 4 people, put a stable defense on that west side, just to control main, control the push over the street coming from CP possibly, and just let Casty and Fireball have their free play. And if you look at the XP, if you press tab and look at the XP, you will see that Casty and Fireball are just having a great game so far.
I want to check that out. Once this game finishes, which looks like it's going to be finishing with a double full hold, which is maybe not, maybe one last opportunity for the Allies team. Outlaw nearly makes it away, but there are 4 Axis players in position in the trenches, and that is going to be a double full hold, a rare thing to see on Radar, very rare. Fireball 181 XP, like you say, just went absolutely huge on that defense as well. 40 frags for him, 41 frags for Cresty. 7.8k damage for Cresty. Looking at the other team, we look across, it's going to be 36 frags for Raz. But they're going to win that game. It's going to be 3-1 victory. They are going to win United Cup 4 as well.